Good morning. How are you doing today? Pretty good? That's good. Me? Well, I'm blessed, not stressed. What's the topic of today's video going to be? Good question. Well, today we're going to be reading from Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Now, what does this mean? And what's the whole context of this verse? Why was it so significant today? Well, first, I'll go with the context. So, this is where the disciples, who Jesus appointed personally, came to him seeking answers. Well, as we all should. For he is the way, the truth, and the life, and so is the ultimate source of all knowledge and truth. And it is good for a man to seek clarity, wisdom, and understanding, and, well, who is a better representation of all three of those things, and more, than Jesus? He was the perfect preacher, the perfect teacher, the perfect doctor, the perfect everything. Now, why is this important? Well, these days, we trespass a lot. We trespass against each other. We trespass against our families. Well, heck, there's those signs that say, do not trespass, private property. You know, it's, trespassing, it doesn't have to be big to be a trespass. It's going somewhere they shouldn't, doing something they shouldn't, committing some kind of offense, whether it be small, medium, or large. A cup is still a cup, and an offense is still an offense. It doesn't matter what the size is. It matters that you did it. However, if thy brother, anyone, shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means, there are people, unfortunately, on social media that love calling people out. They say, oh, this person did this. They're so terrible. Look at them. They're so terrible. I'm a victim. And that's just unbelievable. You don't believe me? Just Google it. I guarantee there are plenty of examples you can find on X or Twitter or whatever. Anyway, it says to tell him his fault between thee and him alone, to not make a scene, because when other people hear an argument taking place, they know not the context of the argument. They don't know why it's happening, which is why people come to investigate. It's just like, let's say you're sleeping in bed, and then you hear something fall over in the next room. You weren't there when it fell over, so you go to figure out what happened because you heard the noise. And likewise, all people hear is the noise. All people hear is a distraction that distracts them from the action, that distracts them from the context. They just say, okay, who is the victim? Who do I support? Rather than hearing out both sides, taking things logically, which is a lot easier to do in a private setting. Saying, hey, let's talk about this. I know you were upset. I know you said some things, so why did you say them? I forgive you. I'm just trying to see if I can help you help yourself and see if, you can prevent this from happening again with you and other people. And not only that, but that way you can work with them on that. So, know that if someone wrongs you, do not put them on display. do not focus on the bad, but rather focus on what could be made better.